Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to RuneScape free Marketwatch. Now, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Christmas, holiday period, or whatever kind of festive break you guys are having with your family, friends, or whoever you plan on spending it with. Now, in terms of updates for this week, we haven't really had much. It's Winter Weeks 3, which is going to be for Slayer Week, so whether we've got some items sort of dedicated to Slayer, we shall find out. I've managed to have a couple of money makers out this week relating to Slayer, and we've also had a little bit of a Slayer progression series with the Making Members account. Now, during this time off, if you do have time off that is, if you're looking for any videos to watch, check out the channel. I've always put videos in the description and in the corner of videos I think you guys will like. And if you want to give me a little bit of a Christmas present, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are seeing how far we can push for the rest of the year. We have had a mammoth 2 months, so if you guys can help it out, really will appreciate it. But we are not here for that. We are here for one thing and one thing only. Welcome to RuneScape free Marketwatch, where we go through the grand exchanges, price rises and price falls, to find out any money making methods, anything up in price, or any ways to make a little bit more cash for our RuneScape free time. Now, some good news is that we're not hampered by the catalyst items, and it seems that the grand exchange on the homepage is a little bit more fixed up compared to how it's been in the last couple of weeks. So it's nice to see that sort of dialed in. So let's get started. We have a red Chinchomper up 72 GP to 350 GP each. We have the black salamander just over 3,000 coins now, and regular ghostly ink 8.1k each. We have some of the catalyst items still going up in price. Again, if you still have some points left with the Sage, make sure to go and spend them and get your rewards. We now have Rune Dart as well, 51 GP each. We have the Highwayman's outfit, 14.5 mil, Gemstone necklace, 18.6. An uncut jade now is 3.3. And the Death Mask from the heist is 308.5 mil. Again, I imagine that will be slightly higher compared to what the Grand Exchange is saying. We have Wood Spirit 76 GP each, the Swordfish 119, Artisanal Gears 331 GP each, and a Dragon Harpoon is now 2.1 mil. A Magpie Pouch is still continuing to go up, 4.1k each, and Green Dye is 9,000 coins, and a Red Berry Pie is 3.4k. It's a bit wild that one of the free-to-play dies now is nearly getting to 10,000 coins. It's definitely an item to stock up on before these seasonal events, just because they seem to use dies so often and can be a really good way for a free-to-play account to make some profit. Crystal Flasks now are 1.5k each, an Unpowered Orb 151, a Rope is 818 GP each, and a Keys of a Crossing is 145.5k. We have Bone Rune at 401 GP each, Ectoplasm just over 1,000 coins, and Maple Logs 341. Death Talismans 4.3k each now, and Eternal Magic Wood Spirits going up to 6.1k, which I just don't get. Am I missing something? Because the price of the Eternal Magical Log is like 2,500 to 3,000 coins. Why is this 6,000 coins? Am I generally missing something? Let me know in the comments as well if I'm just being a bit dumb here. We have Bananas 278, so maybe Bones to Bananas will be a little bit more profitable. Bombvile 2,000 coins each, and the Nodon Spike Harness is gone to the Grand Exchange at a value of 110 mil. If you didn't know, they made this drop tradable now, so this is now something you can actively buy if you want it, or you can sell if you are lucky enough to get it from Heist. Varanus' Mercy is 166.4 mil. I imagine this will be considerably higher in the Grand Exchange. And we also have Chinchompers now at 231 GP each. Primal Stone Spirits 14.3k, still a reasonable price there. I think like Primal Ores as well in Primal Mining still has some room to go up. So the fact that's 14.3k, you can make some decent profit there. Dagannoth Bones on the way back up. These got hammered pretty hard from the last Wolves promo, but it's nice to see they've gone up in price. I think they're just too good in terms of their prayer XP to be 6,000 coins. And that's why I invested quite a bit in them. I think I bought something like 50,000, but that might be how I end up trading prayer. We have a Torstal Seed 1.7k each, Magic Shortbow 2.2k, Cannonballs on the way back up 649. I do think that crash was a bit excessive, like a bit too much, but it's nice to see that it's bounced up a little bit. We have Marigold, it's 3.4k, Mist Runes 2.3k, Cursed Ashes 296, Games Necklace 8, Teleport 3.1k, and a Binding Contract for a Hellhound is 74.1. Now these got quite low as well, 68k is probably the lowest I've seen a Hellhound pouch, but I imagine because so many people are getting Binding Contracts from thieving, they got hammered pretty hard, so this is just them coming up a little bit off the back of that as well. So we have a Copperstone Spirit 44 GP each, Oak Plank 996, the Omniguard is 270 mil, Flesh Runes 590, Spirit Runes 71 GP each. Now the Necromancy runes just seem to be, at least on the wiki anyway, still such good consistent GP, so we're definitely going to be doing a stint of rune crafting in the new year, just to see if that is worthwhile doing, if you can really make some serious money like what the wiki says with necromancy runecrafting. I suppose RuneCrafting especially has had so many buffs come out over the past couple of months, which that might be why the runes have dropped, but yeah, they've been so up and down. They've not just had like a period where they've sat consistently at a price. We have a prayer renewal at 22.2k, super energy 5.7, compass rose 4.2k. That's actually a decent price for that, and could be a good thing to go and do the demon heim and orphan dig site. I know last week dragon metal and something else was going up, so maybe orphan and demon heim is a good one to sort of keep an eye out for. And we have the magic shield bow 1.9k, and then finally masterwork spear of annihilation 217.4 mil. So in terms of items here, we have the chinchompers going up, which I think is very, very weird. We have quite a lot of the necromancy stuff, ectoplasm and runes going up as well. A couple of items which have been hit pretty hard from either events or thieving also starting to rebound. And we do have a couple of the items for thieving still going up. One thing to point out is things like swordfish and stuff came from the new boss, and they've seemed to sort of had a little bit of a bump up. So maybe we've got a couple of little rises as well. Pretty decent week to be fair. There's still money makers dotted around like you could pick out and make some decent money from. Now, price falls is going to still be very cosmetic heavy, and this is going to be a lot of the stuff which comes from presents. Again, we're still in a series where I don't think now there's going to be a multiplier because we're pretty much at Christmas and no multipier's been announced. And people start handing in their wrapping paper now, which just means that it's going to go down in terms of all the cosmetics and all the overrides because people will be looting all their presents. So here, I'm not going to cover much of it, but the blue and yellow Santa hats are going down. They're valued now at 200 mil each, but I imagine they're going to be much lower than that. I imagine in a week or two, you'll buy them sub 100 mil if you are after them. The black yo-yo is rated at 33.2 mil, but now the advent calendar is nearly out and done. I imagine that's going to be a lot lower. The ring of Vitor now is down to a grand extra price of 26.4 mil. This is a very handy ring if you are looking to do thieving, so definitely keep an eye on it. Again, I'll probably let it settle for another week or so. The thieving or the skilling event really made a lot more people do thieving as a skill because the bonus was just insane. So maybe wait for that price to settle a little bit and then look at buying that from there. Mahogany Wood Spirits 104, Congealed Blood 278, Extra Fine Sand 2922, and we have a whole lot of more tokens as well. Ancient Gravel 381, almost getting to a point where that might be too cheap. Even though like all the sort of like materials from that dig site are pretty low in terms of their price, if it's low enough you can still make profits, and especially for free to play as well. I imagine this will be picked up by a lot of free to play players. Ghosty Essence, 6,000 coins each, that is on its way down. Again, it had a little bit of a bump up, but I think it really needs to crash out in level, and then if you can see it around 2 to 3k, I would stock up if you use Ghosty Essence enough. Steam Runes 900 GP each, we have a Ruby Necklace 1000 coins, Body Talisman 1.1k, and a Dust Rune at 976 GP each. We have the Magic Wood Spirit 208, Irit Seed 259, even more of the cosmetics. Again, if you're a big fan of any of these cosmetics, which have been released for Christmas, have a look and put in some lowball offers. You might see like 160, 120 mil. Just throw a 10 mil offer in. I've had a couple of the frozen and warp stuff valued quite over 100 mil, and I've put 15 mil in and they're filled in because people will not want to buy them because they're coming into the Grand Exchange so often. You might be able to get a nice lowball offer in. Let me know if you've been lucky with any of these lowball offers. Again, I imagine a lot of things are so under their Grand Exchange price. A lot of people are being able to pick up a couple of deals, but drop in the comments, what have you managed to pick up for the lowest price possible? The Jiao Tok Zut is 41.5 mil, although I imagine it'll be a lot lower. The Grammy Flax 2.6 mil. Emerald for a cup version 424, and a battle staff is 4,000 coins. Soapstone 2.5k each, Papyrus 1.3, Gold Rune 2,000 coins, Golden Dragon Fruit Seed 866, and Blessed Sand 8.3k. Godly Grapevine Seed 2.5k, Vital Spark 1.5, holding its price better than I thought. I thought these would be sub 100k, but I've not checked the price on the Grand Exchange and there's still time for that to happen. Animal Furs is 2.6k each, the Bloodthirsty Overwalk 24.7 mil, and then finally the Mystic Cloth 7.8k each. So there's a couple of archaeology items dotted around here and a few other little things, but mainly price falls this week have been blasted with the cosmetics. They're going to continue over the next 2-3 weeks because so many people now will open their presents, more will come onto the Grand Exchange, and there won't just be the sheer demand to pick them all up. But yeah, it's another decent week to be fair. It's nice to see a couple of prices recovering, especially things like cannonballs and different moneymakers we've covered the past couple of weeks as well. Normally, like when the thieving update hit, it knocked a lot of things, but it's nice to see a couple of things rise up. I'm definitely going to do something about necromancy runecrafting in the new year though. Maybe we set like 7-day bond in myself a challenge to do 2 weeks of necromancy runecrafting, and we can see just how much GP we can make from it as well. So Let me know if you want to see that. You want me to see me purely suffer for 2 weeks and do a huge runecrafting grind. I am looking for kind of ideas like that for 7-day bond, like 2 weeks here or 2 weeks there. So drop them in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you're doing over Christmas. Really hope you've had a great time. If you get any time to jump on the game and you want something to watch, make sure to check the channel out. More importantly, make sure to spend some time with family and friends and really enjoy some time to switch off. And if that's a bit of AFK escape, then that's some of the best way I spend my AFK time over Christmas. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.